Hi, welcome to Cooking with Maurice or Maurice. And as it's St. George's Day, I'd like to wish you all the best. I'm going to be doing some simple piri chicken on this barbecue here. And this is Nando's pack that I got from the supermarket. And as you all probably know, we've been going through some very bad times. So I'm going to be doing some recipes of my own over the next few weeks, which are simple, and hopefully you're going to be able to enjoy those. And now let's go into the prep. So this is the prep for our Nando's Pirri meal kit, which I thought I might as well just have a go at doing. I mean, it's not very difficult. Instructions, don't need instructions. But what comes in the pack, we've got some rice, which is cool. That can just be microwaved probably. We've got a sauce there and then the spice mix. So what I'm going to do is just in a bowl with some olive oil, and as it's medium I'm just going to add some extra chilies. So we'll just do that, cling film it, and then marinate it for an hour or two. And then we'll barbecue it. So very easy stuff, but you know, I thought I'd start off with something quite easy, and I'm going to try and keep it, as I said in the sort of intro, I'm going to keep it simple at the moment because, you know, we can't really get our hands on everything, and there's no point overcomplicating things, but I might go into more complicated things at a later date, like pastries and cakes. So, big lug of oil in there. Chop a chilli very quick. I'm saving the seeds because I want to grow some chilies. So that's another thing I'm going to feature in the channel as well, is probably a bit of plants and stuff, herbs. Because if you can, as a chef, it's great if you can grow your own veg. Being descended from Shropshire men, like some things, I'm quite proud of our farming roots, and I always remember going to my granddad's, and he always had Shropshire potatoes, which I can still, you know, remember the taste, and they're absolutely brilliant because of the soil. And Shropshire does have a famous saying called Floriat Salopia, which is sort of let Shropshire flourish. And Shropshire's been renowned for winning many sort of bloom, you know, English counties in bloom. So it's it's just got really, well, it's renowned for having good soil, and I mean, it can get quite cold in places, it's quite hilly, but good dairy farming and stuff. So yeah, bit of a historical sidetrack here, but I mean, that's the thing, we've always been keen on our food and growing things and farming, and I've got relatives in the States who went on to be dairy farmers in the 1800s. Yeah, got quite a interesting family history. I'll tell you all about it as I cook, and that's going to be something as well I'm going to try and incorporate into this channel, as a bit of my love of history and food from all around the world, and I'll be trying to get my hands on a few recipes from a few in-laws in Spain. So that's that done. Now let's go on to the actual cooking on the barbie. So as you can see, we're cooking up a fair old heat in here, and it's a really great way to get your coals started. Now I'm going to be extra careful here because some of these coals were very small and they're dripping out the bottom. So in that goes. Whoa, they're flaming hot. Right in the centre, which is just what we want. Now that's pretty much ready to... Oops, sorry about that. That's ready to cook on. So let's get cracking. Now we're in the fun part. I probably won't show you too much of me doing the actual cooking, but what we're going to do here is skin side down, all of them. And obviously, as you're doing any other barbecue, watch out for the flame, and if it starts to flame, put these to the side or just keep moving them around, because you just do not want direct flame on your meat. But that's smelling delicious. You might as well pour the rest of this in without dropping your bowl. And that is looking good. So yeah, the plan is here, keep an eye on it, and for about 10 to 15 minutes, basically get the skin nice and crispy, and then we're going to wrap this in baking paper, and then we're also actually going to use some foil, and then we're going to put the lid on, and then we're going to cook it for about half an hour, maybe a bit longer, but we'll check, and I'll show you how to check the meat's cooked later on. So let's move on to the paper. So we've browned off the chicken for about 10 minutes and wrapped in foil, and now the lid's going to go on. And how do I get this lid without putting my head in there? That was swiftly done. Oh, our bundles of joy are fighting. So there you go. What you're doing, if you've got one of these kind of like half smoker things, put it to half open, I would. And that's it. And we're just going to leave this now for half an hour and then check. Yeah, I think half an hour will be enough. If you've got a slower heat, or if you want to do it properly smoking, then obviously you would reduce the heat a bit perhaps, and then cook it for longer. But we're not in this case, because it's just a simple piri sort of semi-smoked chicken. Right, these have been on for an hour actually, so when I said half an hour, it was a little bit too hasty. Let's have a look at one of these chaps. Looking good. So I've got a very retro thermometer, but you've got to use one really. Now if it goes up to 73 or 74, we've gone way past that, so these are definitely cooked. Now then, at this stage it's up to you. If you want to eat them as is, it's perfectly fine, or if you want the skin a bit crispy, you could just whip them on the barbecue just to crisp it up a little bit more. But let's just go on to the serving, and then we'll just say adios. So we're ready to plate up, basically. If it's quite noisy, it's all the birds around here that are singing. It's sort of dusk, and there's there's blackbirds, and it gets quite noisy in the UK. But here's one of our chickens. So it's been about an hour, I'd say, and a quarter in cooking, and this is where it gets stuck. So this is why you perhaps want to use maybe some baking paper, so it doesn't get stuck to the foil. And then, as this is Nando's, and I think I pronounced it wrongly earlier, chicken, piri chicken, put a bit of the sauce on, and that is it. So that's my first ever cooking with Maurice video, and hope you've enjoyed it. I'm not the best in front of the camera, but as you can tell, there's going to be some beer making coming up, and also I've got loads of dishes to share with you. So please like and subscribe. Thanks a lot.